Look, everyone.
Good evening, viewers, and this is Anshuman Arora here. And on behalf of Vibrant Networking Forum, I invite you all to this very special panel discussion that we have here. We are living in unprecedented times, and it is very, very important for everyone to stay positive and to stay motivated. So, here we have with us six very renowned TEDx speakers, motivational speakers, who are going to share their thoughts with us on how the situation is and how we can deal with it a little better than what we are doing right now. So, first up, even though our speakers don't require any kind of introduction, they are all very well known. But still, I'll just take a couple of minutes here to welcome each and every one to the show. So, first up, we have with us Miss Rekhaa Shah, who is the principal at Podar World School, Vadodra. Welcome to the show, ma'am. Next up, we have Miss Pinky Bahroos, who is a TEDx speaker, teacher, trainer, and poet, and an author also. Thank you so much for taking out the time, ma'am. Next, we have Parishi Kanuga, who is a very young, she's a high school student, and you're an inspiration to all of us, Parishi. She is the founder of Kids Teach Kids. So, welcome to the show, Parishi. Then we have with us Mr. Kamalneet Singh, who is a life skills educator, a TEDx speaker, and an author. Thank you for joining us, sir. And we have with us Mr. Kshitij Banker, who is a radio jockey and a TEDx speaker. It's good to have you with us, sir. And of course, how can we forget? We have with us Mr. Vivek Atray, who is an ex-IAS officer, an author, and a motivational speaker with more than 30 lakh views on YouTube. So we can't wait to hear your views on this specific topic. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Anshuman, for that very warm welcome. And I'm personally grateful to all the speakers who have joined us today, all TEDx speakers. And it's absolutely wonderful to have you here to motivate friends, onlookers, viewers, the audience, which consists of the youngest of the young and, if I can say, the youngest of the old. And it's perfectly fine to share your innermost thoughts with the audience and inspire them in any way you like. So I'll just set the context and the ball rolling because this initiative is has been undertaken in the light of the fact that all of us speakers on this panel were together as TEDx speakers in Sama Vadodra, where Rekha ma'am had invited us, and we were speaking together in December 2019 or something like that it was. And we found our synergy, the electricity is so amazing that we thought we'll continue to inspire onlookers and viewers. And therefore, we decided to come together for this cause because everyone is going through this stressful time, this pandemic, this second wave, as they call it, especially in India at the moment. And it is really hitting people mentally. And it is not only physical that this problem is, it's a mental problem, it's a psychological problem. We need to gear up, we need to be strong, and therefore we need to share each other's encouragement, whatever we can. So, a few thoughts I'll share before I set the ball rolling to others. I feel that some people have come out of their own personal illness as well as the illness of their near ones much better than others. And perhaps the symptoms were the same, the physical problem was the same, and perhaps the ailment was as severe or even more severe than others. But these people have come out because of their own inner willpower and inner strength. And they've come out because of that never say die attitude. And there are many others who have yet to, taste any problem with the taste is the wrong word, I guess, in COVID, but they haven't encountered any problem with this disease yet. And they have still become so paranoid and so fearful and so worried that they are unable to operate even normally in what they should. It is the mind which is letting them down. So it is the mind which has to be bucked up, and we need to cheer each other up. We need to motivate each other at this time. There are examples of youngsters who are volunteering almost 24/7 for others. And I know for a fact that when the second wave was, hopefully the worst is over, it was at its worst 10 days ago. And I was getting calls from people, and I was reaching out to a young group of volunteers, and they were working so hard to get beds and oxygen for these patients. You'll be amazed by the energy in that group. And they were, in a way, overcoming their own negativity by extreme positive contributions to the feed. And they were also always somehow, able to be so energetic in that dedication. They were very inspiring. And there are others who've been playing music for others. They've been motivating others with speeches, like we are all motivational speakers in a way. And then there are others who've been writing well, poetry, prose, stories. And there are people who are painting, who are coming up with fine art of very creative varieties, which is inspiring. And one last thing I'll say at this point of time is that it is incumbent upon each and every citizen, each and every person to not spread negativity. If they cannot spread positivity, at least don't share a negative forward, a negative, worrisome, scary kind of item on news or post. Everybody knows what's happening. You're not enhancing the knowledge. Black fungus, white fungus, purple fungus, whatever it is. Don't share about these things. Everybody will come to know. So by scaring others, by passing on information, we're not doing anyone a favor that way, unless it is very authentic and very important information which has come in. Lastly, the patients who are suffering from COVID are also alone. You remember that they are not with other people, and all they have is their phone. And if they are watching on their phone or reading on their phone or looking at on their phone all kinds of bizarre and scary stuff, then their health is suffering. So it is very important that all of us get together to create an atmosphere of positivity and cheerfulness and nothing else. Let's do that. So we are passing on the baton now to Rekhaa Shah ma'am, and she's a very good administrator and educationist, and as you will come to know, a very good speaker also. Over to you, Rekhaa ma'am.
Yeah. So namaste, and thank you so much, Vivek ji, for creating this platform for sharing. I'll say welcome all of you for unlimited motivations. It's a time to turn pain into power, and power into growth, and struggle into strength. We are not ordinary human beings. The human machines, I think the human beings are the best design of God. And difficulty comes, we have even seen from history also that how human beings have fought and have come out with their own innovative ways to survive this world with lot of love, kindness, sympathy. uh, I think it's a really very true time for reinventing, reintroducing, and reinvesting. Fine. Let's, how we do when the Diwali comes, we clean our house and we renovate it and all such things. So I think if this kind of pandemics comes again, I think we need to work on reinventing ourselves. Just moving with the flow or concentrating so much as so truly Vivekji says that all the time listening to the COVID news, and each state may you find out how many people have died and what happened. And I think we are not taking charge of our own self. Things are happening, but what we can do, how personally each person in its own way can create and make the world a better place or spread positivity, that is very very important, rather than spreading rumors or talking little more about it. I think that is really not going to work. I always very strongly feel, being a principal, that yes, students needs to be taught how to reinvent and how you're going to reinvest in your own self, and how you again further design and move further. I will say active kindness, active generosity is how simple it is to make people feel good. I think the best part of reinventing should be how we make people feel good around our own self. And as we are blessed, now in our body there is a chemical called oxytocin, and we are blessed with that. And oxytocin is responsible for all warmth, connectivity, friendship, love. The more you do kind of a good things, you feel good about it. When even others do good things with no expectations, you feel so happy, you feel so good about it. Usually we think that no, when I get certain things for myself, I feel happy. But I really want that, no, think about it, that when you are really very happy, when somebody really shows kindness, somebody is connected with you, somebody helps you out without asking for your help, and I think there you feel very good. And I think only humans have got this power to make our own self good, and at the same time we have a very strong power that how we can make others also feel very good. And the more conscious life we have to live, whenever this kind of things happen, more than intellectuals, even our emotions needs to be rejuvenized, reconnected, and have to present in a very very nice manner. I'll say that the more we have uh, oxytocin in our body, the more we feel good about it. And this is something magic. God has already gifted us with that, but actually we are not using it. And I'm sure in this time, the more we use this for helping others, for helping self, and so I was sharing that how really we can turn our pain into power. Even in this pandemic, our school had organized annual concert, and children so beautifully came up with the concept of turning pain into power, and they forgot that they are in the lockdown and only online studies are going on, and lot more ideas comes when more difficulty comes. I think the more we start thinking about it, that how we are going to move ahead. And I say this is the blessings, this is the blessings to the human kind. Whatever feelings we have within our, we attract the same feeling, right? uh, Even along with the human potentials, or I think along with oxytocin in us, we are energy, and we attract lot many things. And how we do this, the Secret book is a very very favorite book of mine, and I think it is a very right time to practice those things and see that how we can, humans can make miracles. Worries attracts worries, anxiety attracts more anxiety, unhappiness attracts more unhappiness, dissatisfactions attracts more dissatisfactions, and joy attracts more joy. We all know that. And happiness attracts more happiness, peace attracts more peace, and gratitude attracts more gratitudes, kindness attracts more kindness, and love attracts more love. So our job is inside one, what is inside, what is happening to change our world. And all we have to do is the change the way we feel inside, and how easy it is that. And once we take charge of others, I think our vibrations, our energy, we are going to influence to others also. With this, I'll say that may the joy be with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rekha ma'am. This was a very inspiring speech, absolutely brilliant, and we feel inspired ourselves. I'm sure the speakers to come will be even more motivated and inspired to give their best now. Kamalneet ji, over to you now. Kamalneet is an author and a multiple time TEDx speaker, a very good motivating force. Here he is now, Mr. Kamalneet Singh.
Thank you very much. First of all, thank you, Vivek ji, and thanks to Vibrant Networking Forum and everybody who's involved. I love what Rekha ji said, and building upon what Vivek ji and Rekha ji said, I love the part Rekha ji spoke about. In continuation, that the force is inside, and as a child, you and I, just about everybody used to love. We love stories, and we do it today as well. So talking about inside, I think of a story that I would want to share. And there was a man, and he lost his car keys inside his house, and the power went off. This man looked for the keys, could not find it, and then he came out of the house. His car was parked right underneath the light, and he started looking for the keys there. And so the neighbor came along, and he said, I see you're looking for something. And he said, yes, I lost my keys, so I'm just trying to find them. And the man said that, okay, I'll help you along. So he and his neighbor, they're together looking for the keys. And and the neighbor is like, that it's a very small area. How come you're not able to find it? Do you remember, where did you lose it? He said, yeah, I remember I lost the keys inside the house. He said, are you nuts? You lost the keys inside the house and you're searching it here. And to this, the man replied that, inside there is darkness, inside there is no light. And that's why I'm searching it on the outside. And, so the message is that, when there is darkness inside, looking for things on the outside does not really help. So building on Rekha ji, what she said, gratitude and, positivity, I think it's an inner world that we really need to work. And given the situation that we are in, everybody is talking about, vaccination is a very, very popular thing that's happening. Be it Covishield, be it Covaxine. I really want the audience to inquire inside and actually see. While we talk about the physical vaccination, we have somehow missed on the mental vaccination. Maybe the word to take back home is mental vaccination. That you will get Covishield, Covaxine, or maybe the upcoming ones, we don't know. But then what about the mental vaccination that's not out there? So much like the keys, the mental vaccination will be found inside only. And one of the extensions to the vaccination that I would give is uh, it's love, right? Now they say that love indeed is the most powerful force that is there. And I'll probably expand what love stands for in the times that we are in. And this will fit for the youngs and as well as for the older ones. It also reminds me of joke. Sometimes I speak to parents and I ask them that, do you say I love you to each other, the spouses? And if they're younger parents, they'll say yes. But if they're older parents, they would say, आप कहाँ वो पहले के ज़माने थे जब हम I love you बोला करते थे. And then, but then today I really want to talk about love in the sense that, L stands for, listen unconditionally. The world is actually crying out to express something, and sometimes we are too busy to put our word forward, that we miss on what the other person wants to say. Sometimes the person is saying the words, but then I urge you to go behind the words and look for the emotions there. There is something that they want to express it to you. So listen unconditionally. O stands for, overlook the flaws. There is a statement which says that nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect, right? So the statement in itself means that nobody is perfect. So I think it's time that we stop looking for the flaws, and we start voicing our appreciation. That's what V stands for. Voice your appreciation. Uh, we have been seeing, you and I, we all have been seeing, notes on Facebook, wherein unfortunately people who lost lives, and there have been messages. People wrote in the messages that I wish, I wish that I could have expressed my love to you before you were gone, right? Now, and I think that if that has happened, have we taken a lesson from it? Have we really taken a lesson from it? And if yes, I think I would urge all of you to see, is there any unspoken appreciation that you would want to give to somebody? Is there any unspoken communication that is left? And if that is, I think uh, the time is now. The time is now that you go out and voice your appreciation, or maybe voice your love, voice your message for the ones who really matter to you. Because the regret of that, I wish I could have expressed something, vice versa, can be very painful. So maybe an assignment I can give it to you. Maybe write down on, maybe a couple of names and a couple of people that you would want to say something, you really want to say something to. And just very recently I wanted to express something to one of my cousins, and I said it. And I said it after a very long time, and both of us were in tears. And I was relieved that I said it. And so I urge all of you to go out and express. And E stands for, E stands for effort to be there. Make an effort to be there. And because when you make an effort to be with somebody, it makes a real difference in their life. So that's love. Love unconditionally, overlook the flaws, voice your appreciation, make an effort to be there. And that's that. And with that, I'll probably give you an exercise that will bring a smile on your face, because they say that the goals of all the other goals is to be happy. So let's do one thing. Let's bring our arms out. Let's make this gesture like a gun. Let Don't worry, we'll not do anything which is unethical. uh, Join your thumbs. Join your thumbs. Join your thumbs. Yeah. Now have them above your head. Have them above your head, and separate it out. Separate it out. Separate them. Yeah, it has to be parallel to each other. Just have a quick check if they're parallel to each other, and loosen your shoulders. Just simply loosen your shoulders a bit. Yeah, loosen your shoulders. Yeah, loosen your shoulders. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Loosen your shoulders. Yeah. So what you did not realize was that all of you just did bhangra. You know, all of you just did bhangra, and So the message is that enjoy today before it's too late. So that's that from me. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Kamalneet. That was amazing, amazing, amazing. In fact, love unconditionally. I really love that phrase, and you're always so energetic and so vibrant, so positive. In fact, the level of speakers now, the audience can see. I mean, Rekha ma'am and Kamalneet have really set the bar high and motivated. At least I'm sure all of you are also feeling inspired. So we'll go quickly to the next speakers, and then we'll come back with a discussion. We're now going to Pinky Bahroos, who's a top shot at Toastmasters and a TEDx speaker and a wonderful human being. Pinky.
Thank you for that introduction, Vivek. So first of all, I loved all this listening to all of you all, like Rekha ma'am, Vivek sir, Kamalneet sir, and I'll take it forward from there, from the bhangra we did to the love. So let me also share something what I experienced during this lockdown. The school where I was working, it got shut. Okay, everything moved from everything moved from offline to online, and I, being from the old school, was not that tech savvy. I was not sure how will things happen. Okay, I somehow learned to tackle Zoom, to do meetings over Zoom, and then my mom got COVID. She's 67 years old, and that time it was pretty difficult keeping her isolated, taking care, and all. So it was because hearing about how it affects people with how it affects senior citizens. So it took a toll on me. I could not understand my feelings that time. What was happening? It was total chaos, total confusion for me. Then I thought, no, Pinky, you have to take control. You just cannot lose it. So I started by doing simple things. Like Kamalneet sir was telling about Bhangra. I started singing any song which came to my mind. I don't have very sharp memory. So lyrics, I never bothered about the lyrics. No offense to the musicians or people who wrote the song or the singers. I just sang whatever came to my mind. Dance, I started just you put on any music and do the Bharati dance. I started enjoying. Then I ordered coloring book and color pencils. I started coloring, and all that calmed my nerves. And when it calms my nerve, that is when I saw possibilities out of the problems. As Vivek sir already said, I'm a part of Toastmasters International. I'm the member. So I thought Toastmasters is all over the world. Any country you take. I started attending meetings not only in India, not only our district, outside of India. I became a part of global events. So that gave me an idea. Okay, if my school is shut, that does not mean the door is shut for me. I started conducting online classes. Got students not only from India, even from Middle East. So all that was happening, and I was look. Then also, I thought everything is good, but something is missing. I was still feeling lonely. Yes, I have many friends on Facebook, but I was missing the connection. I am social media active, like I am super active on Facebook, but then also I was missing the connection. I thought, okay, something has to be done. Now, what must I do? Like Kamalneet sir was telling about listening. That is exactly what I did. I started calling my friends just to check, hey, is all well? How are things? I heard. I shared what I wanted to say. Like every day, they said, okay, call one person. That's it. I'll not stress myself. But this is my today also. I call someone. So that changed for me. So what I want to say, what I want to tell you all this, just call, pick up the phone and call someone. And after that, things change because not only did I call, I started receiving the calls too. And that told me that Pinky, you are not alone. And that was a magical moment for me. So, as Helen Keller said, that yes, although the world is full of suffering, there is also a part which is full of overcoming. Things will change. Just stay together. Be a lighthouse. I know everyone is having difficult situations and all. Lighthouse, it bears the storm and then gives out light. That is exactly what we have to do. We just have to hear each other. So pick up your phone and decide today whom are you going to call. Every day, one person. That is the minimum. More than that, good. Over to you,
Thank
Vivek, sir.
you. Thank you so much, Pinky. You are always so inspiring. And you have talked about it at your TEDx also. You have had problems in life medically, but you have emerged. You have become so strong. You have become so inspiring. This particular session of Motivation Unlimited is really raising my own levels of motivation. I think all of us are going to become better motivated speakers after this, drawing energy from each other. And Pinky, one compliment for you from the audience is this girl is amazing. Pinky, you are amazing. I'm sure they think that you're a young college girl, and that's also amazing, right? So over to you now, Parishi Kanugo, for your thoughts, your inspiration, all the way from the US. Thank you for joining. Over to you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here today. Even though I am in the US, it's so incredible that I can connect with you all from here. And as a student, I can say that despite its devastating effects, COVID does have a silver lining. I think I can speak for all of us. I have never liked COVID. It causes separation, death, and sadness. It causes pain and it demotivates people. And it causes everyone to miss life from a year before. But it's bittersweet. As COVID closes down businesses, it opens up new opportunities to connect people across the world. It opens up opportunities to expand and reach your own individual potential. COVID has acted as an enhancer. It has simply advanced our use of technology, advanced what is inevitable. So personally speaking, Zoom has been my best friend. I have developed so many great networking opportunities and met so many influential people within my computer screen. It has also helped me make change. While I'm unfortunately not able to connect with and teach the underprivileged students in India who do not have the privilege of technology access, I've been able to teach art classes to students over here who need help to develop creativity and excitement during these tough times where everybody is confined. I have also been able to be keen in expanding volunteer opportunities, campaign activism, and service on Zoom. Activities that build humility, preservation, and positivity. I am 16 years old. I go to school every day. I have so much homework, exams, and extracurricular activities. But Zoom allows me to make the time to expand my outreach, meet new influential people, and try to do my part in making my community stronger just from the comfort of my desk. It takes away the commute, the time that's involved there. It takes away the time that's involved with getting ready to go out, because I think we could all agree on top, we're looking very polished, but on the bottom, a lot of us are wearing our pajama pants. My message to everybody here, if I can do it, I'm 16 and I'm very busy, I believe that you can do. And it's very simple. It's even easier in these circumstances. Contact your friends and family, tell them to bring their own friends, and start a virtual volunteer club. We could all use some volunteering in times like these. If you love music, set up music classes with members of your community. If you love art, do the same. And contact those suffering from or the family members of those who have COVID. Set up a Zoom meeting with them to check in. Give them moral and mental support. You have the opportunity to make a change in this time. COVID has made things harder, but it has made opportunities a lot easier. And most of all, gratitude will take you far. It's difficult to appreciate what you have in times like these, but believe me, it is very beneficial. When you focus on what is good, you feel better. When you focus on what is bad, how the things in your life negatively affect you, you feel worse. Simple. And it's your choice. Do you want to stay confined to your sadness and allow COVID to defeat you? Allow COVID to control you? Or do you want these tough times to grow you? Do you want to turn them into an incredible opportunity? Expand your horizons to where you had no idea that they could go. It's simple. Do not let the pandemic take advantage of you. Empower yourself and take advantage of the pandemic. Thank you.
That was really, really wonderful, Parishi. I was so inspired to hear a 16-year-old speak so well and with so much heart and so much fire. And of course, in December 2019, you were only a 14 and a half year old, I guess. So that was even more amazing. So just how much this TEDx panel of ours and this inspirational panel means is proving to be, it's proving to be a great, wonderful mix of thoughts, people with one idea that we must stay strong mentally, motivated mentally, and inspired. And now I'm going to invite someone who's totally amazing himself. He's an RJ, a very famous RJ, and he's a great personality. He's been through a tough time, but he's smiling as ever he does. Kshitij Banker, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. And as Parishi pointed out, the best part about having video calls is that you can wear pajamas on those calls. So guilty as charged. I think it's a very difficult task to either speak first or speak last, but here I am. And it's indeed very difficult for me to add anything more to what has already been said by such awesome speakers today. I would like to thank Dr. Vivek for for this idea of bringing all of us together on this platform. Today is my last day of isolation. Yes, I got infected with COVID-19 and today is my 14th day, and I will not lie, the past 2 weeks have been very difficult for me. See, I have always spread positivity and tried to make people smile, be it on the stage or be it on the radio. But here I was curled up in my bed with no motivation to do anything at all. The first 3 days went by in just getting tests done, getting medicines, getting prepared for isolation and everything. But on the 4th day, it hit me, and it hit me hard. All alone in a room with practically no energy to do anything. No taste or no smell and no desire to eat anything, but a handful of medicines to be had. I did not have enough stamina to talk on the phone. Worse yet, I was in no mood to talk at all. These were the times when I realized the importance of something which we've always taken for granted: human presence. Yes, human presence. All of us meet people or live with them on a daily basis, every day, perhaps every hour. but we've always taken it for granted. These 14 days made me realize how important one message can be, how good one phone call can make you feel, the human connection. And perhaps it is hence true that you never really know what you have until it's gone. Sometimes it takes a shock, a jolt for us to remind us to be grateful. These reality checks are the ones that make us push our boundaries. They make us do things which we never thought we would. They make us go that extra mile, push all limits possible. Or these harsh moments, they help us create a bridge between reality and us, a bridge between our potential and our limits. It is times like these that make us realize that money doesn't have all that power after all, and power doesn't really matter all the time. Everything is uncertain. No one knows what's going to happen next. So then why focus on uncertainties? Why not enjoy this very moment that has come upon us? These are the times when we realize that the most important things which we thought were important are very temporary, transient. Work, gym, mall, tours, parties. We can do without all of those things. What stays is this moment. And regardless of whatever we have or not, we've learned to stay at home and enjoy ourselves and make the most of it because we were with people, our people. And that's what matters the most. This time is teaching us to be more humane, to stand with our fellow humans, friends, relatives, be with them, be a part of their lives, genuinely be concerned, be one of them. Go deeper within ourselves, go deeper within the relations that we have, go deeper in life. They may say that social distancing is here to stay, but these tough times have surely taught us to be closer to our people. And not only in this pandemic, but also in the future. If you know someone who's not keeping well, try to not let that illness reach their minds and the souls. Be with them, talk to them, make them feel wanted, make them feel loved, because pandemic or not, humans will always need humans. Thank you.
Kshitij, that was so wonderfully said. I'm so proud of you for having come out of isolation or still in isolation and doing this. And your voice, let me tell you, has the same impact as it always has. So, COVID or
Thank
no
you.
COVID, हमें तो लगता नहीं शायद आप pretend भी कर रहे हो कि हुआ था. लेकिन
I wish.
I know that 2 weeks have been tough, but that is what is even more pleasing and heartening to us. Hear how you still so strong and making us strong. So I'm going to now go around the table with one question each to the speakers. Because we have a large number of viewers, we'll try and pick up a couple of questions from the audience also at the end. So I'm going to go in the same order, and second innings will be the same batting order, no change there. And we will start with Rekhaa ma'am. Rekhaa ma'am, there are lots of young viewers who are school students. Some in their class 12, and their class 12 has passed before the camera instead of passing in the school, rubbing shoulders, playing around, laughing, canteen time, this, that. I don't know if you love canteen, but whatever it is. The point being that that class 12 will never come back. How do we motivate them? Rekhaa ma'am. You're on mute, Rekhaa ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Vivek ji. The moment, initially when we started, we were really not ready that it's going to be so long. And we thought it's okay, like the things are going to get over and soon we are going to call students to the school. And then, this difficulty, as I shared with you, that change, turning pain into power, everyone started thinking that what needs to be done, and I'll tell you, like, how we designed the school curriculum. After every class, some energizer and chit chat timings, students can just have a talk with each other. They can share what other new things they are learning. And all initially started with, like, we are missing school, we are missing school. But gradually, what we saw is that step by step, they started moving ahead and started talking as if they are in the same classroom, and they are talking with each other, they are sharing their feelings, and so many things they started doing it along with the teachers also. That was really one thing very good. Another thing is, the same like how we used to have a school and Podar news. So they children requested and they started giving the news. And news is very positive news, that what good things are happening all around the world. And that was really very good. And again, like the difficulty was we emphasized a lot on the writing work at the school platform. And children in the chit chat told that one thing is very good, that we don't have to write so much, and they write and they put it in the Google. And the same thing after 6 or 8 months, they shared that no, we do miss writing part. It is so important part of the, so on their own. What I was happy that they were recognizing in their own journey that whatever things they were thinking that बहुत अच्छा हुआ ऐसा हो गया तो, and then on their own they were turning back and even saying that no, we do miss this, we need to have this. uh, Even this chit chat time, gave a birth to number of celebrations in a very different manner. Each celebrations they add values. They made it a public thing that how we make people happy, how we can have one gratitude day, how we can put posters and create more awareness about COVID, how really we can take charge of our own self. For COVID, they designed beautiful news lines that each person, if he takes charge of himself, I think we have very well, we are able to fight with COVID.
Yes.
Another thing, they came out with this wonderful annual day program where they along with the advertisement in between, and that was so creative. And this is what I'm telling you, that yes, how truly my children have turned pain into power. And like beautiful Disney World ad, and the four kids have decided that one part he is going to do second, this one third, this one fourth, this one. They learned how to make a put all four videos together, and technologically superb. No doubt they are 21st century techno savvy children, but they have learned and they have put down everything with background. They have learned how to change the backdrops, they have learned how to add the music into it. And I'll just share with all the TEDx speaker also our annual day program. Class wise, the design. Grade 1 annual day program, grade 2 annual day program. Fine. And the moment it was been released, like we really got a lot of applause. And everybody, including my teachers and my parents, agreed that we are strong human being and we can turn pain into power. It's nice.
Superb, superb. A round of applause for you, Rekhaa ma'am. Really inspiring words and thoughts. If all principals and educators were like you, I'm sure the country would be a better place. Wonderful thoughts. I'm going to ask Parishi the question next because she's feeling sleepy in the US. And no, I was just joking, Parishi, don't worry. The question is actually to you because I feel that 16-year-olds can probably inspire a little more than others because just how young you are. Tell us how you come out of a low moment yourself. There are so many here who would be, I mean, you are human after all of us are human. We can also feel low at times. How do you overcome that low feeling and come out of it?
Yes, thank you. And I completely agree with that, especially right now. Low moments are all the more common. And I think it really brings the point up that isn't life just dealing with low moments? Life is building yourself out of these low moments and improving yourself. Life is taking the low moments and letting them build you, not letting the low moments break you down. So that's kind of how I go about things. Whenever something negative affects me, what I like to do is I like to sit down. First, I like to meditate, clear my mind, so I'm not making any irrational decisions. Because when the mind is stuffy and when we hear negative news right away, our first instinct might be to do something irrational, do something impulsive. So I think the first step to take is just clear your mind, take some deep breaths, and remember that even though life is not constant, your breath is something that is constant. And that's a really great source of comfort for me. And once you start breathing and once you clear your mind, you can trust yourself more to sort out these low moments. Just being very mindful and aware and grateful for the present moment really lessens the burden that low moments can have on you. And seeing everything through a positive lens and being grateful for the things that you already have will also allow you to come out of low moments a lot stronger. And as a 16-year-old, I'm a teenager. I'm still going through things, and I think all of us can agree that these years are years where you're still learning and still trying to grow. So I have my fair share of low moments, but I'm really grateful for them, because without my low moments, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Parishi, you're so amazing. I mean, I wish I could talk like that, think like that. Even now, I mean, at your stage of life, never. And then, how do you speak of meditation and mindfulness in the same breath as you should be speaking of chewing gum and Brad Pitt, or not Brad Pitt? Who's the guy? Who's the guy, Parishi? Who's the hot star? Who's the hot favorite?
I think Brad Pitt. I think you said that right. Brad Pitt is pretty
Okay,
popular.
Brad Pitt. So you should be talking about things which are like hot chocolate fudge and stuff, but you're talking about mindfulness, meditation, living the present moment, and you're still giving such an impressive list of thoughts. Thank you, Parishi. I know you have to run for your class.
Yeah.
So all the best, and take care.
Thank you all so much. So incredible to hear all of these great words, and I'm looking forward to doing this again.
Sure.
Thank you.
And now to Kamalneet. And Kamalneet, your Bhangra trick and your unlimited love or unconditional love point was so well taken that I'm going to request you to take 2 or 3 minutes and give us another thing to do that will grab up the audience. Anything you like to share with them which will make them feel further inspired. Go ahead.
Right. Thank you, Vivek, for that. I'll probably share my routine as to what I do. That helps me. And everybody has their fair share of low moments. And I'm no different, right? So I do a few things. Apart from Bhangra, that's one thing that you can probably, whatever dance form that you like to do, you certainly can, because the thing is that you cannot really dance, or you cannot really sing without being happy. That's impossible. You can try that out and it doesn't work. So what I do is I do a few things in the morning. I have a simple routine that I follow. I call it a savers routine. So I sit for about 11 minutes, and I sit for 11 minutes with some music on, some meditative music on, and I sit still for about 11 minutes, no movement, nothing, as much as I can control. That does make a difference. It basically slower downs the whole system. And as Parishi was talking about, that's one of the ways wherein you can clear the clutter and be at ease. That's one. And then I do affirmations. I decide in the morning that what is it that I want for this day, because I have a day ahead of me, and I affirm, I decide for myself that this is one day. This can be a day of focus. This can be a day of joy. This can be a day of contribution. This day can be a day of massive love. This can be a day of reaching out to people I haven't reached out to. So something that you affirm, and then probably plan your day accordingly. That's one. I do a lot of visualizations. So I use, I think all of you have Google. Asking that, I think, is a sin. Actually, you all got Google, right? So Google Memories, what I do is I look at the pictures, the pictures which were, taken in the past, which have become memories. Now, when you look at those pictures from the past, I can give you a guarantee. If you look at them, it makes a massive difference to how you feel in the moment. When you look through your photographs. So that's one. Exercise a bit. I think everybody knows that. And then I feel reading. So I do reading. I spend time reading, and reading makes a lot of difference. And in the end, scribble. If you can scribble your emotions onto the paper, the good, the bad ones, and maybe the ugly ones, it puts off the garbage out of you, and you're in a better position. So a few things that they help me, and I think above all, love yourself also. That's pretty crucial. Yeah. So that's that.
Super.
Before you tell me my time is out.
Super, super. Kamalneet, you're always so good. Always infectious energy and infectious enthusiasm. And infectious is also the wrong word in this time, but I mean, even positive was taken away by COVID, so we can bring infectious to the happy side, shouldn't we? So now it's Pinky's turn, and Pinky, I want to ask you. You have overcome struggles in your life. You are a top speaker and motivator today. You get compliments from the audience like, look at this little girl, she's so inspiring. So, what makes you tick and how do you do it? Go ahead.
The, the truth lies is that I always focus on learning rather than outcome. I always have clarity of thoughts. Like, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to learn? How can I get that information? How can I get better in that? So that is the reason. Like, for example, everyone says that reading is a good habit, but I hated reading. It was difficult for me to read even a single page. So what should I do? Now there was an opportunity open in Toastmasters District 98, which comprises of 7 states. I thought, okay, let me apply for the chief newsletter editor and let's see. If I become one, interviews will, if I become one, I will be forced to read. And that is exactly what happened. I became the newsletter editor and I was forced to read articles, edit that. So, of course, it helped me with my grammar, it helped me with my English, and I started reading books. I'm not reading any book at this moment because I'm very little occupied. But yes, I started reading and I completed 2 books. So, people ask me, Pinky, how come you wrote the book then when you don't read? I said to tell something what is in your heart, you just have to pen it down, nothing else. So that is one thing which I do, and another thing, I keep myself busy in the sense, of course, learning, but also sharing whatever I learn. I said, this is not, I'm not going to keep it to myself. I want to share. So that is the reason you see me, you know doing classes, or even in, doing joint sessions with my fellow Toastmasters, or taking any opportunity that comes my way. So that is another thing. I keep myself busy, and that what my problem was, that negative thoughts used to affect me very badly. What others think used to affect me very badly. But now, when I don't have time to think that, it does not affect me at all. So
Super.
that is what I do. Just keep myself mentally busy doing the things I love to do. And I love writing poems. So I thought, okay, let me share last 4 lines in the form of poem. यूं ख्यालों को तोड़ के मरोड़ के चुप ना रहो, अगर कोई ना मिले तो आओ मुझसे ही 2 बातें कर लो, अगर
Yeah.
मैं ना रहूं तो भी गम ना करो, कम से कम खुद की बातें खुद से सच्चाई से कहो, कम से कम खुद की बातें जरा गौर से सुनो, कम से कम खुद की बातें जरा गौर से सुनो. So just listen to yourself. The solution lies there. Over to you.
Superb, superb, Pinky, superb, very, very inspiring. And Kshitij, I'm going to give you the honor because you're such an experienced and amazing speaker to answer 2 audience questions. One is from a youngster who says that a friend lost his dad, and that is something which is happening all around us nowadays. What should he do to make his friend feel better? I know it's a very tough question on you, and you've been through this illness as well. What are your thoughts, Kshitij?
There are 2 things. The first is that whoever is here has to leave the planet at some point in time. I know this is the easiest or the lamest thing that you can say to someone, especially someone who's lost a person very close to them. But that's the truth. The sooner we accept, the better it is for us. Uh, for anyone who's been or who's going through this tough time, the only thing that can be done by people around them is to be with them. And when I say be with them, I don't mean hold their hand and spoon feed them or anything. Be with them in a way that they feel your presence. It does not necessarily mean smothering them. It does not necessarily mean being with them 24/7, but making that person feel that there is someone where I can or whom I can rely on. In these difficult times, the most important thing that a person can do to the other person is to be there for him or her. That is what I think, with all our prayers and grief for the person who's asked this question and for the person who's lost his father, people who जो गए हैं वो वापस नहीं आएंगे, पर हम जो यहाँ पर हैं वो एक दूसरे के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं इसके बारे में सोचें.
Great, Kshitij. What a wonderful answer indeed. And there's a question from Mr. Hussain of Bangalore, which I'm going to answer actually quickly. He says, what should be the motivation for the 18 plus age group to get vaccinated on the backdrop of non-availability of vaccine and slots? Mr. Hussain, we're all going through uncertain times and things are not organized, things are not easy. Everybody is grappling. It's like a wave, a physical wave, which is drowning us, and then we fight back. And then the wave again comes, and then we fight back. So the whole nation, the whole humanity is grappling. I think we stay strong. We go with the tide. We look for our opportunity, whether it's a vaccine, whether it's an opportunity to motivate others. And I think some things, they sort themselves out. I've seen in my career as an administrator that we wait just a little longer, then things sort themselves out. So that could be the answer. And Sachin Jha is saying, thank you, Kshitij, for that wonderful answer. Now, Kshitij, we'll go in reverse order, just one line because we're running out of time. 1 or 2 lines, everyone, to just leave your message. You've inspired us so much this evening, and I'm really feeling charged up, wanting to do more of this every day. Kshitij, your message for the audience.
I'll just very briefly narrate a story, which is my favorite story. And I have said this, I think, a million times on the stage, on the radio, everywhere else. A person who goes with Yamraj, and he tells Yamraj that I need the choice to go to hell or heaven. You first show me both the places, then I will decide where I want to go. So Yamraj shows both the places, and both the places are completely the same. Lot of food, huge tables, lot of people. But in heaven, people are eating, celebrating, dancing, enjoying. And in hell, people are crying. So he asks Yamraj, what is the secret if everything is the same? Then Yamraj says that if you notice, there is one rule. Here you have to eat with a 6 feet long spoon. In hell, everyone is trying to eat with that 6 feet long spoon. They are not able to eat. In heaven, everyone is feeding each other with that 6 feet spoon. And hence, everyone is dancing and celebrating. This is the secret of our times. We have to feed each other. We have to help each other. Thank you.
Super, Kshitij. How lovely that story is. And, now I'm going to Pinky. Pinky, you have already inspired us so much. Just 1 or 2 lines now as a closing statement to inspire all.
Sure. It is a harsh truth that everyone cannot get everything what you want. That is impossible. So see what you can do with what you have. That's all I would like to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pinky. That was lovely. Now over to Kamalneet for his parting thoughts.
Yeah, so putting one line can be a challenge, right? So my thought is that if we wake up, and if you wake up, and if we do, I hope we keep waking up every single day. The moment if you wake up, and if you can take on this, if you can take on this seriously, and if you can ask yourself that on whose face can I bring a smile today, or can I bring a smile on one person's face today? I think if that can be done by everybody, if everybody takes that one challenge, I think it will be a happier place to be. That's my
Absolutely
that's my
lovely. Absolutely. The seven of us today, we had two other speakers, and the seven of us today have actually done our best. So hopefully, seven have made 700 happy today. Maybe this message will spread far. But Rekha, ma'am, your parting thoughts and closing words. You're on mute, ma'am. You have to unmute. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just say that believe in our own self, and we are the best design of God, and we are the wonderful machine. Fine, and every day I think वो कभी रास्ता भूल जाते हैं ना, when difficulty comes or something. So no, we have to be on the track, and we are here to help each other. We are here to love each other. We are here to express our gratitude. So मैंने कहा एक एक दिन रखोगे, आज gratitude day है, तो consciously you are practicing gratitude. Second day you are just first when I started practicing this, I thought कि अच्छा what list I'll make, and you can't imagine that pages and pages, and there were so many things where I had to express my gratitude. I'll say helping others. Today is a helping day. Let me help others. And consciously, whole day you are practicing that. And this is how I think we make our habit, and our children also make their habit in this way, doing small, small things every day. And make a note that we are the human beings, and people remember us by our word, the way we make them felt, that how, what kind of feelings we gave to them, that only remains. We all know that we all have to die one day, leaving everything over here. So I think not to get focused on those things, but let's build our life beautifully, sprinkle with lot of human aspects and spreading humanity. Thank you.
Lovely, Rekha, ma'am. In fact, I've seen these thoughts expressed in all your Podar institutions. I've been a part of your debate and quizzes also. It's fantastic how you all bring this energy in. I think, as my closing remarks, I'd just like to express my gratitude, first of all, to all my friends who have joined this panel, the TEDx speakers. It's absolutely wonderful to hear and feel the energy. I don't know whether the vibrations are coming out of the laptop or they're coming through the ether from straight from Vadodra and Delhi and wherever you are. I don't know where they're coming from, but they are coming, and I can feel them, and I'm sure the speakers and the viewers can feel them as well. And I would just like to say on my own behalf that the keywords of today are still love and harmony and happiness and family and gratitude and calmness and all the good things, all the good values, truth, honesty, integrity, creativity. Think of these things. Don't think of fear, worry, anxiety. I don't even want to make that list longer. Let's not talk of these things. Let's not think of these things. Let's be absolutely buoyant and boisterous and brilliant as much as we can. Thank you very much, all of you, and it's a pleasure to have organized this session. I'm sure we will spread this word to far and near. Please share this video with everyone, all the viewers, all the speakers, and follow all these fantastic speakers on Instagram and be in touch with them as well. All the best, and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.